The Hamish and Andy Show podcast. Powered by Amy. Lucky you're with Amy.
3, 2, 1.
I'm a pro DJ and I've been spinning the decks like mad, but I haven't had a chance to spin a yarn about
chasing.
At school, we've been learning a lot of pointless dribble. Finally, I get to learn about
chasing.
Well, everyone's agreed to drop everything because it's 3 o'clock. And Hamish and Andy have declared today's topic is...
You're it. Chasing.
This is Hamish and Andy's Happy Hour.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hamish and Andy with you, back for another happy hour where we start with a topic. Today it's chasing. People have laid down their correspondence at hamishandandy.com/topics. We love your emails, so keep them coming in.
A lot of people thinking chasing is, the kids' game, chasey.
Yeah.
We discovered a very grown-up version of that today, Ando, and it's fair to say that our team, the Hamish and Andy family, here at the studio, have been 100% obsessed with a game called Assassin.
We've been 100% useless at any other of our day-to-day working lives.
I haven't thought one lick about today's show, and I apologise, because this game has completely taken over the office.
It's a game called Assassin. It's had anxiety levels through the roof. At one point, Eliza, who works with us here, was chatting to us, and Dave Thornton, comedian Dave Thornton, was in the building. He walked up behind and Lies. He went, "No, what are you doing?" He went, "I'm walking up to say hello."
That was the weirdness when someone that wasn't in the game entered our world, because people would talk at you and we weren't listening to them. Our eyes are just darting around everywhere going, am I about to be killed? The rules of the game will be explained to you, of course, and the idea of the game, maybe you've played it before. I definitely hadn't. I got to say, Ando, I say we play it every day.
I say we never play it again because no one has done any work whatsoever.
We're all just trying to record each other on our phones and kill each other.
In about 40 minutes' time, we'll explain the game and
no actual blood gets spilled. No. We're all alive, but there are winners and losers.
And how it all panned out today. But straight after this, Ham, we're chasing someone else. We're chasing the nemesis of the Hamish and Andy show, and we feel like we've got a great place to start.
God, if you love chasers, you've come to the right show today.
Today, the topic is chasing, and Ham, we thought we'd kick something, the show off today with a chase of our own on behalf of the people.
We need to find the address of a certain man. He's a certain nemesis of the show, Ando.
Regular listeners would know that Tony Barber, ex-Sailor Century host, I suppose, poor contestant on Dancing with the Stars more recently, is the nemesis of the show after agreeing to come in and sing a song with us and then just not rocking up.
Stood us up and then did not really show any remorse.
Exactly.
Very much expected us to understand that he didn't even have Dancing with the Stars rehearsals. No. He'd been sacked from it.
Yeah.
He expected us to understand he was tired.
Yeah. And he said,
it warranted no explanation. And we said, all right, well, here's something that we will give you an explanation for. You're the nemesis of the show. And if you want an explanation, see the conversation we've just had with you over the standing up.
Haim, we play now numerous games on behalf of the show. Everyone in their cars are rooting for the show versus the nemesis. The nemesis doesn't know we're playing these games, but
we're about to play. It's a Tuesday, and we like to play a game called Friends Galore.
Yes.
Where we guess who's got more Facebook friends out of two sort of competing forces. The penalty is we have to send Tony Barber a coaster,
a happy hour coaster,
which he will receive very smugly.
Yeah.
And that's why the stakes are so high when we play Friends Galore, because we're really playing to not send him the coaster.
That's true. The problem is we don't know where he lives, and that's why we've got a private investigator on the show right now. Munga, thanks for joining us.
How you going, guys?
Yeah,
Munga,
really good.
The show's PI, mate, thanks for taking the time. We found ourselves in a bit of a sticky situation because last week it was decided that as penalty, if we lose the game Friends Galore on behalf of the people, it is the people's show, as penalty, we did have to send T. Barber a coaster. That fills us with dread, but it also fills us with confusion because we don't know where Tony Barber lives. Now, first of all, are you aware of the target?
Yes, I am aware of him. Yes.
Yeah. Now, you heard you're on hold there, and you heard about the old situation where he stood us up last year is meant to come and
Well,
sing us.
all I can say is, too, is it's better than the last target we were trying to track. But
That's true. Last time we used Munga, that was to find out who did a poo on the seat at my brother's Year 9 camp.
That case still remains to some extent wide open, although we did manage to prosecute someone.
Yeah, Chris Blizzard.
Yeah.
Several of the judges are still scratching their head on that one. This time we will get our man.
How many times, Munga, have you been asked to track someone down so we can send a gift to them?
I wouldn't say a gift, maybe something else, but yeah, a few times in the past, but not so much probably a present or a gift, maybe some money that they might have won or some money that they might have owed, maybe.
Okay.
I hear that can happen.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing too is before we assign you this case,
Okay.
You've heard the story, you understand what he's done to the People's Show, and it's only a natural reaction to feel fairly slighted by Tony Barber and quite angry. Are you able to control your anger during the case and keep it non-personal?
Oh, we show no emotions, guys. We just get the job done and do our best.
Because if you were getting a bit too close to the case and if it was too personal, we'd have to drag you off it and give it to McClinsky. Which is usually what happens in movies.
We don't want to give it to McClinsky. Hey, so Munga, put quite simply, can you find us out Tony Barber's personal home address?
Well, I'm tipping we probably can, but we might want to keep it really private, but I'm sure we can have a crack at it.
We won't broadcast it. We just need to know that we know it so we can send him a coaster if we lose the game.
Friends
no, that's fine. No, I think we could do that.
How many days normally or hours does it take to find that?
It'd probably be 3 to 5 days, just depending on how, covert he is, or if he sort of...
He'll be slippery. We'll give you 7.
Take the weekend off, though. I want you fresh.
Okay, yeah.
Thanks, Munga. We'll check back in next week.
Thanks, mate.
No worries,
Thanks, buddy.
guys.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, mate.
It's the Happy Hour, Hamish and Andy. Friends galore, the game. Us v our nemesis after this. Tame, it's time for...
A big company O'Malley. Jack's looked it up so we will know the score. Who's got friends galore?
Friends Galore, Ham, where Jack has been working tirelessly on finding 2 different people with Facebook pages or companies.
Yeah.
He's going to read those names to us. Hopefully he has a little link there because that makes it more fun.
As we always do, Andy, let us now turn our microphones to our computers to hear the snapping shut of the laptop so we cannot cheat. The ceremonial snapping shut has happened.
And what happens is Jack will read us 2 companies or people.
Yeah.
We have to guess, and you guys in your cars can play along.
I mean, send us vibes.
Yeah, send us vibes.
Time to call in and help, but send us vibes.
Who has more friends on Facebook?
Yeah.
If we win 2 out of 3, we do not have to send a coaster to the show's nemesis, currently being tracked down by private investigator Munga. A coaster, a happy hour coaster.
Tony Barber is the show's nemesis, Ando, and it would be a huge dishonour to us and the people of the People's Show should we have to send him one of the prized and coveted limited edition happy hour coasters. They sit really only behind the watch. The gold-coloured watch is the greatest thing that you can get off the radio or ever.
Yeah. Jack, take it away.
Round 1.
Wasn't he
Very serious. Very serious.
Who has more friends?
Okay.
Sandra Bullock or Red Bull?
Oh, okay. Now,
Company
things to
versus-
factor in here. Red Bull has the Formula One team, and probably all their different sports.
Yeah. I would.
But then the Bullock, I mean, anyone that does red carpets has a huge amount of followers just from girls wanting to check out the dress.
I think, youth, Red Bull's youth,
Yes.
extreme games, etc.
Yep.
I think, and obviously, international company.
Yeah. But would you be friends with it? I mean, we're fans. I saw you drinking a can today, but would you be friends with the product? I'm not big on being friends with a product.
No, we know that products are harder to befriend. Like, I don't hang out with a Red Bull can as much as I hang out with you.
Or Sandra Bullock.
Or Sandra Bullock. Well, actually, I think we go
Bullock.
Okay.
Oscar winner.
Okay.
I mean...
Jack? Oh, true.
Sorry. As always, surprises in this game. Red Bull actually has 46 million friends. Wow.
Yeah, they're cool. They are cool.
296,000 for Sandra Bullock.
Oh, my God. An absolute pantsy.
Yeah.
Lily Allen. Who has more friends out of Lily Allen and Ellen DeGeneres?
Ooh. Well, we know Lily got big. That was off MySpace.
Yeah.
Did she transition properly to Facebook? Or was it a clumsy transition like you sometimes see at the Olympics on the uneven bars?
I'm going to go with Ellen DeGeneres.
I think Ellen is an absolute slam dunk.
You got it.
Yeah. She's very popular.
All right.
Give us the numbers.
Oh, sorry. 3.2 million to Lily Allen, 4.2 million to Ellen DeGeneres.
Closer than I thought.
Only by a mango. Just 1 clean million.
1 clean million.
Who has more friends?
I need to say it every time.
Tom Hanks?
Yes.
Or Thomas the Tank Engine?
Oh, Tom Tanks.
T. Hanks or T. Tanks?
Jeez. This is tough. And a
Tank Engine's going to have a lot because it's mums and dads going, I'll jump on T-Tanks at the Facebook page just to see what's up with T-Tanks and show the kids some stuff. Now, they're not doing that for T-Hanks to see what he's up to.
They're not showing their kids Hanks stuff.
It's a big market. Ando.
Yeah. I mean, you've got more friends, I think, with kids in that realm. Are they tanking these days?
Well, they are more than they're hanging. and I'll chuck this at you. Let's try and get in the mind of Jack here because let's look at category 1 today. It was a can of drink versus an Oscar-winning actress.
Yeah.
He lulled us into thinking our fond feelings for Sandra meant she would have more friends, and he duped us.
Yeah.
We face the same situation here where it's a toy train versus a 2-time Oscar winner.
And I'd say Facebook is for the youth. Hanks is probably past his prime.
Youth love Hanks. I'm not saying they don't, but I think the train.
We're going to go the train.
Oh, you're a loser this time.
Oh, no!
Oh, jeez. Way off.
We've never lost, so we didn't really understand what the sound effect
sorry,
was.
I did. I had the wrong
Kids
sound
aren't
effect
allowed to
there,
have Facebook till they're 13.
Thomas the Tank Engine only 11,000 friends.
Oh, that's a fake account. Find his real account.
No, 3.5 million for T. Hanks.
Oh, no.
And sorry to say you lose.
We have to send a coaster to Tony Barber.
Sorry for ruining everyone's day.
What a shocker.
That stinks.
Sorry.
I do have something a bit fun after this, though.
Oh, I doubt it.
Pretty good.
It's the happy hour. Barber's address. We're going to need that stat. Back to 5 days for Munger instead of the 7. It's...
Let's try and put it behind us. Put it behind us.
I'm a babbling mess because...
Put it behind you.
Okay, it's behind me. But you've just missed out on one of the biggest disasters of this show. So podcast it if you are sitting down.
And if you're Tony Barber, and you're absolutely dancing naked around the bonfire, we know for a fact you have in your backyard and you use for weird sacrifices. So you have had a win as the nemesis of our show, but we've certainly had a loss as the people's show.
And in the meantime, today the topic is chasing.
Here's the thing. People might have heard on the show the other week, you picked out of a bag Bryn Edelston's name on a bottle of Coke. Yeah. The other name in there was of your girlfriend at the time, DJ Havana Brown.
No, not like it.
Fate was showing you maybe it's time for your love life to change tacks, and you can't argue with fate. You certainly picked it out unassisted. So Bryn Edelston has sort of been the hot topic of conversation around the social pages and around you at the moment. Going on, did you hear Andy's now into Bryn? Havana Brown's got the flick.
Yeah.
I don't often ask you to do this, but I'm going to ask you to leave the studio. What? Because I've got to talk to a young man who was also in the business of chasing DJ Havana Brown, and he very much thinks you've backed down. But I know you're going to be angry at what he has to say because I sense you still have feelings for Havana.
Well, I never have. And
I don't actually trust you to be on the phone with him. So you can go outside, you can still hear the conversation. Obviously, there's speakers out there. Yeah. But
just come back in after
I'll call you back in.
Okay.
Because I just think I have a duty of care to Trev.
I'm going.
Because he's obviously Trevor's a friend of the show. Are you there, Trev?
Yeah, I'm here, man. How's it going?
Yeah, really good. Don't worry about it, mate. Andy can't get to you. He can't talk to you.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
He's standing outside. You're safe. Now, you've got a bit of a thing for DJ Havana Brown.
Oh, well, yes, I have. I've been chasing DJ Havana Brown's heart for the past 3 years now, and ever since I heard Andy has moved on to Bryn, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've won the race. I've won the chase, and
you beat him.
Trevor 1 and Andy 0.
That's it. You now move into front position. Although, Trev, here's what I'm worried about. I am worried Andy's using this whole Bryn Edelson thing to get DJ Havana Brown's attention.
No way.
Yeah, I am worried about that because he was in love with DJHB the whole year last year and nothing came of it. She wouldn't budge. So it makes sense, doesn't it, for him to pretend he's after someone else?
That would be a good plan.
So now it looks like it's Trevor and Andy back in the race together.
Well, who's leading at the moment?
Well, I feel like he might. Well, no, Trevor. I feel like Andy might be because he's the guy that's got a plan. He's faking. Oh, no, he's coming back in, Trevor.
All right.
He's
Trevor,
the guy that's faking being in love with Bryn. What have you got, Trev?
Who are you faking being in love with, Trev?
Well, Andy, he's phasing her out. Girls don't really like that, all right?
What do I do?
DJ Havana Brown, I'm feeling she would want someone who wouldn't phase her out.
Phase her out. Yeah, I'm freezing her out. I phased her out. She's never in, to be honest. She's all yours.
No, this is exactly why I didn't want you to come and talk, to get in Trevor's face, Andy.
And if you want
Trev,
an after-dinner min of Bryn, you can take the two of them.
Okay, well, they're not yours to trade willy-nilly like you're some sort of 15th century camel trader. Okay, they're both beautiful women that you're in love with. One, I think you're faking. I think you faked Bryn and you almost had us duped. And now it's back on between you and Trevor.
Trevor, good luck, pal. I think
he's double bluffing you, Trev. What's your plan to get near DJ Havana Brown?
Oh, well, now Andy's off the tail. I think she'll be coming to me.
Well, he's back on her tail.
I'm not back on. I've never been on.
Tail is hot property.
I can't be back on because I was never on.
The tail's hot property, okay. Trevor. So you got to think of your next move, okay? Because otherwise, Andy, I'm watching him now. He's circling like a bloody lion. It's like
Trevor.
A raptor.
Bye, Trevor.
You think the one in front of you is attacking, but he's got a mate to the side.
Thanks, boys.
Good luck, Trev.
We are
a very noble and optimistic 17-year-old young man.
It's the happy hour. Hey, what a doozy from Amy. In a good doozy.
Great doozy.
So you can have interrupt regular broadcasting.
You can have good and bad doozies. But of course, Amy, the digital partners for us, and for many years to a beautiful relationship. But
switch your comprehensive car insurance to Amy Online.
Tell them.
You get $100 online discount.
Tell them, they won't believe you.
Yeah, $100. When considering car insurance issued by Amy, refer to the PDS at amy.com.au. But $100 in the skyrocket, you can turn that into billions.
You can turn that into a tenth of a Bitcoin if you want.
That's true. Hey, we had an email that ruined our lives today.
Didn't we ever?
And it's from Louise Elsmore, and she's 16. So she said at school camp last week, our teachers started a year-wide game of Assassin.
Great teachers.
Yes.
Now that I know what the game is.
And the way this game works, everyone, is each person in the year is given a name of someone else that they have to, in quotation marks, kill by getting alone with that person and then just telling them that they're out of the game. The key is being alone with them.
So that's how the game works. It's sort of like you can imagine for weeks or whatever, you know, if you've got, say, Stephanie Rodriguez. You're like, all right, I got to find Stephanie. She just happens to be doing some homework or whatever one lunchtime. You walk into the room, you close the door quietly behind you, and you say, Stephanie, I'm sorry to tell you this. You're dead.
And once Stephanie's eliminated, you acquire her target. So then she hands on the person that she was assigned to, in quotation marks, kill. Last two people alive are the winners.
Yep.
And she said, usually it takes 12 months to finish a game of this. Because it's the whole year level, but it starts at year 11 camp. It's hilarious to watch people paranoid, she says. No one wanting to go anywhere, constantly checking around them. No one's learning anything.
Because we have experienced this firsthand today because as long as you're with someone else, you're safe. We thought we're all sitting around, and it's you, me, Jack. We got Web Geezer Jez. We got Eliza. We got Danny who does the audio. We got Trav that's outside answering phones and whatnot. There's seven of us. 7 of us in the little Hamish and Andy team, and we thought maybe it would be fun if we played a game of Assassin. This was hours ago. The day has been spent with people no one going to the toilet, people fretfully hanging around with just always another person, double-crossing alliances being made, crawling under desks,
and not
whispered threats, emailed threats to each other, traps being set to try and lure out assassins.
Not a skerrick of work has gone in.
Even thought for a second about the show.
Yes, but it was all recorded. And the whole game of Assassin, who was the victor? Would Hamish be cunning enough? Would it be Web Geezer Jez? Would it be Cackling Jack that took everyone down, slowly going around, slitting throats and giggling? It's after this. Chasing is the topic today, and it sent us in a very strange direction.
And we essentially chased each other all day to fake assassinate each other.
We had a game of Assassin. If you haven't heard of this game, we hadn't until yesterday. But basically, you get a group of people together. You all put your names, the whole group, in a hat. You take out someone else's name. That is the person you have to assassinate. The way you do that is just by being with them alone, with no other witnesses, and saying to them, you're dead.
Guess what? You're dead. Then you get their target, and so on and so forth, until you're at the end of the game. That sounded like a bit of light-hearted fun for the seven of us here on the show.
Yes. We should point out the seven, Ham.
Yeah.
Cackling Jack, obviously, yourself, myself. There's Trav, a producer, Web Geezer Jez, audio guy Danny, and Eliza, another producer with us. We all met at 11 in the morning. We all drew our names. We all looked nervously at each other, and the game began.
God, I wanted to kill.
So a day of doing absolutely no work for fear of being pretend murdered began, and it was off to a flyer. When Jack wandered into our office, and Hamish emailed me telling me to leave.
Hey Jack, you dead?
No, you bastard!
You are.
Did you tell Andy to leave the room then?
I just emailed him and I said, could you please leave the room?
You bastard! I haven't even had a chance to think about when I will kill.
You'll notice Jack's voice gets really high when he dies.
You bastard! I haven't even had a chance to think about when I will kill.
It's all I've been thinking about. I wasn't even listening to anything you were saying because all I can see is my target in front of me.
So Jack was dead and handed over his target to Hamish, which could have been me, and I sat across from Hamish, alone.
By the way, Ando, you're not dead. But that could have been messy for you because if Jack gave me your name,
I knew
I would have to have
killed him.
Slid my dagger into your puny throat.
It's actually pretty big throat.
Yeah, and he was taking this pretty seriously, so much so that his anxiety levels were through the roof.
Here's the situation as it stands. No one's doing anything. People keep running past full speed. Jez is laying traps in toilets.
I know. Web Geezer Jez has just sent through an email that said, hey guys, I'm just working out of the disabled toilet on the Triple M floor. The door is unlocked. Come find me.
And it looks like Danny, the audio guy, fell for the trap and now he's chasing Jez around the building. Jez is just hiding in groups of people.
We've got to stop this. No one's doing anything. We've got to show in a matter of hours.
And I'm on the high of my first kill, but I want more.
No one was doing a lick of work, but good old Andy was the responsible one to get the day right back on track, largely because he was killed pretty quickly, and out of the game after a bungled assassination attempt on Liza that involved Dave Thornton and left me wide open.
So I'm dead now. I've just been killed. It was pretty sloppy from Web Guy Jez.
Oh yeah, I saw what was happening. I was outside. I'd left so you could kill Eliza. She smelt a rat. I kind of blame Dave Thornton because of his acting was so bad it made me laugh.
Now I can relax, which is nice.
I actually want to get killed so I can do some stuff today.
Yeah. You got a message, did you?
Jules from reception just said there's an urgent package for me and I must go and get it. Nice try. Probably Trav.
So Haim thinks Trav was trying to kill him. But in actual fact, Hamish was trying to kill Trav and was sliding around the office floor to get him. See if you can tell which one of Hamish or I might end up being a deranged killer.
I've taken off my shoes. I'm gonna stealth kill Trav. You're dead. You're dead. There's people in the pod. Who have you got? You're dead.
So Trav was dead, as you just heard, and Jack went out to find out who was left in the game.
So who's still alive?
I think it's just Hamish and me.
And who killed Andy?
Me. Who killed Eliza? Me. You assassin. Who killed Trav? Hamish secretly went up behind him, cut his throat real quietly. Who killed Danny? Me. Ambush. So you've got Eliza from under the desk. How are you going to get Ham? I don't know. He's been wary of me all day. Good luck.
To be continued.
Ooh.
That's what it came down to.
Web Geezer Jez versus Hamish. Stick around, everybody.
The amount, because again, to reiterate, the only way you can kill someone is if they're completely alone and they're your target and you're in a room with them.
Yeah.
So as long as I was next to Andy, I couldn't be got. Same with Jez. So Jez and I just spent hours staring at each other from across the building through windows. Because as long as I was in a room with people, I knew I was safe. But it doesn't take away the adrenaline of going, I know that guy's got a target on my head.
So no work being done.
No way.
We really pulled out all stops to try and trick Jez. Today was a very funny day.
Yeah.
Funny, strange, I mean, because we played a game of Assassin.
It was a sloppy show. You're not going to find anything in today's show that was prepared. I mean, no one really prepares anything for this show, but I mean, of all the days,
yes,
this is the least prepared because pretty much all day we just played this game, Assassin, which if you've never heard of it before, it's in a nutshell, you have a group of people. There were 7 of us playing. Put the names in the hat. Whoever you draw out, you have to assassinate by being alone in a room with them. There can be no one else around. You say to them, you're dead. You get their name of their person they're assassinating. It had dwindled down in our group to just me left and our web geezer, Jez. In some forms of the game, you stop there because obviously the game, sort of the fun of the game is, no one knows you're trying to kill them.
Yeah.
Your target doesn't know you're after them. When it gets down to 2, you obviously know that you're gunning for each other. We decided to keep playing until only one man stood.
Haim, you couldn't get Jeremy alone. He was never going to get you alone. So we tried to...
And this is not for want of trying either. I mean, we sort of organised for everyone to just walk off on Jez, and I was just sort of going to run up behind him and yell, you're dead. Yeah. As soon as he saw people walking away from him, he'd freak out and he'd run off. And this went on for hours and hours. I was trying to hide it in a beanbag in here in the studio, hoping he might wander in so I could just spring up and yell, you're dead. I mean, I'm all for no productivity, but that was really pushing it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, actually, maybe this was pushing it because then we thought we'd get the company lawyer here to ring Jez and talk about the terms and conditions and the new privacy laws for the website.
Like maybe I can get him distracted on the phone and I can sneak up behind him.
Jez walked into a smaller room.
No, but he didn't take the bait. As soon as, because we're sitting in here in the studio, he's outside. Yeah. As soon as he answered the phone, we were just getting ready for the show. As soon as he answered the phone, he knew what was happening.
Yeah.
We didn't know what was happening, but he knew that he couldn't be distracted. He walked into the studio next door and essentially barricaded himself in there because he thought, if I have to take this call, I can't leave myself open to assassination.
So nice of Jez to not worry about the legal standpoint of our website, but instead
no one worried
about the game.
No one worried about anything except the game.
So, Haim, a bit of brinkmanship from yourself.
I'd had enough.
He was in there by himself.
Do you know what? I was beginning to realise it's not going to be a stealth kill. My 2 previous kills, Jack and Trav, during the game had been, I like to think, pretty classy kills.
Yeah, clean as a whistle.
Clean as a whistle. And I thought with Jez, it's actually probably going to end guns blazing. It's going to end face to face. I saw him in there and I thought, you know what? Enough's enough. We know what's going to happen. We got to do this. I ran towards the door. I was trying to push the door open. He was resisting. It came down to me having to just push the door open, and I knew we'd both be shooting at the same time, yelling in each other's face.
This is what happened.
Final showdown. Final showdown. 3, 2, 1. You're dead! Your turn.
Harmony.
What happened? I've been hiding in the toilets,
So, Ham, no one really knew.
We didn't really know what had happened.
Who won?
All we knew
Who
was
yelled, "You're dead" first? Who do you think?
Probably me, Ando.
Probably you.
I feel like, we've both
Web Geezer Jez, do you think it was you, or do you think he thinks it was him?
Nodding,
he's nodding
he
up
thinks
there.
listening.
That's why I've taken this audio off to the lab.
We have to review it. Well, let's have we slowed it down?
Yes, that's all our lab can do. Good. And everyone have a listen. Was it Haim that yelled, "You're dead" first, or Web Geezer Jeremy?
3, 2, 1. You're dead!
I think I got it.
You confident you got it?
Felt good.
Well, guess what? I took that bit of audio back into the lab.
Oh, they were still open.
To slow down the slowdown. Let's see if Hamish got it.
3, 2, 1.
I think you got it.
I think I got it, Ando!
Yes! On that note,
King Assassin! I will kill you all!
That's lovely.
But also, thanks for listening.
Podcast at HamishDaddy.com. We really appreciate your emails.
Ando, quickly, just before we go, are you happy that I won because Jez was regarded as a dirty player?
I certainly am. I certainly am.
Everyone wanted your scalp, Jez, just so you know.
We'll catch you tomorrow, everyone.
Have a great night.
That was the Hamish and Andy Show podcast, powered by Amy. Lucky you're with Amy.